everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be giving a breakdown of Inmate to Roommate episode 8 featuring Analisa, Vada, and Mark. Before I get into episode 8, I just want to remind everyone about what happened in the previous episode. So in the previous episode, Mark was gone. He was MIA for a few days, and he finally shows up to the house, and Analisa is asking him where he was and how come he didn't call and all those questions, and Mark refused to answer, and he was giving her major attitude, giving Vada attitude as well, and Vada's been like his best friend the whole time, being nothing but nice to him, and he was just kind of giving him attitude as well. And the subject of Mark's parole officer kept coming up, and it's like they were telling him, you know, if your parole officer comes by the house and you're not here, they have to tell him the truth. And if Mark is not at that house, he can go back to prison. So that's what that episode was pretty much about. So now let's go ahead and jump into episode 8. Mark says that when he got out of prison, he felt great about being free, but this is stressful. He said that Analisa is like a warden because she is very restrictive and she be doing too much. And living there is like torture. He gets a phone call from a girl named Honey, and she's telling him that she really wants to see him. He told the producers that it's important that he have girls come over to the house because he was in prison surrounded by all men for years. He said that he is tired of being around men and he's trying to be around some estrogen. He told Honey that she will have to sneak up in there, and she's all smiles. It's like she's down for it. She doesn't care. Mark told producers that she's cool peoples and he's just trying to get with her.
I've been knowing Honey a while now. You feel me? She's cool people. I'm just trying to get with her.
While her and Mark are on FaceTime or whatever, they start to plot a way to sneak her into the house. He's outside walking around the house looking for ways to sneak her in there. He asked her how tall she is. So now we know that he doesn't really know her like that because he doesn't even know how tall she is. So he probably just met her online. And he wants to bring her into Analisa and Vada's home. He don't even hardly know her. But anyway, so yeah, he asked her how tall she was. And she's like, I'm not doing that. I might fall and break something. I think she said I might break my butt. And Mark said, you think I'm not going to catch you? She told him that since she misses him and really wants to see him, she'll do it. Mark said to producers that he knows how to sneak someone in and out of a house. Mark showed her a little ladder that she could possibly use to get into his window. And when he showed it to her, she said she can't use it because it's not tall enough and she doesn't want to scratch up her pretty face. Mark told her that she needs to CASHAPP him some money so that he can figure some stuff out.
We're going to have some other options. Can you send me some money on my CASHAPP so I can figure stuff out? Okay, gotcha.
So I guess he wants her to send him some money so that he can go get some supplies or tools or whatever he needs to do to sneak her inside the house. He's so damn goofy. But anyway, the girl, she's goofy too because she's like, oh, okay, I got you. He told producers that if he gets caught sneaking her into Analisa's house, she's going to want to kick him out. And then he said, but I'm a convict and Michael Jackson ain't got nothing on him because he's a smooth criminal.
If I get caught with a female in Analisa's house, yeah, she gonna want to kick me out, but convict, man. Michael Jackson ain't got nothing on me. Smooth criminal.
All right, so lame. Anyway, ladies, can you imagine as a grown woman having to sneak into a man's bedroom window just for some sex? Oh, and on top of that, you have to send him some money so that he can buy the ladder for you to crawl up on. I would be so turned off if someone asked me to do all that. I wonder why he just didn't go to her house, or maybe she could have got a hotel for them because she's sending him money anyways. Might as well just go get a hotel room. So in the next scene, Mark is at a hardware store. I don't know how he got there, But he is asking the store clerk to help him find a lock. And he's also looking for a piece of 2x6 wood. He said that if the locks don't work, he will put the 2x6 wood up under the doorknob to jam it. So he's trying to make sure that he keeps that door locked so that Analisa can't come up in there. Oh, he's so grimy. He's so damn grimy. He also asked the store clerk for a rope ladder that's about 25 feet. Mark told producers that he's just going to work his way around Analisa's rules of not having any girls in the house. The producer asked him how he got the money to buy all that stuff, and he said the girls sent it to him. He said something like, with the thought of getting caught, there's probably some kinkiness involved. And he also said that he's going to play some music so that they won't hear all the moaning.
The thought of getting caught, there's probably some kinkiness involved. I'm gonna play some music though, just so they don't hear the moaning.
Oh, he's so creepy. He said he doesn't care about getting caught and he will get away with it. And if he doesn't get away with it, he's just going to figure out a way to get out of it, just like he does everything else. See, a criminal mind has no regards for the rules, other people, and they aren't afraid to take risks. And even if it's a big risk. So now they're back at the house and Mark is dropping off his little supplies. It looks like he's trying to hide them behind the house or maybe on the side of the house. And then he goes to knock on the door and Vada lets him in. And he's walking through the house and he notices that Analisa is not there. And he asks Vada, he said, "Where's Analisa?" And he said, she's somewhere, but he has no idea. And he proceeds to head into another room. Mark said that Vada doesn't really pay attention, but Analisa is the one who be all up in his business. And it's like, Mark, you don't have any business in their home. So it's now Analisa nowhere in sight and Vada is out of sight as well. Mark brings all of his little supplies into the house and up to his room. He pulled out the locks and he was looking at them and, it looks complicated. And he was like, he said he doesn't know what he was thinking when he bought those, and he puts them right back into the bag. And he said that little 2x6 piece of wood is going to have to work. And he said the last thing he wants is to see Analisa coming through that door while he's getting some. And he said it will be an instant mood killer. And you guys, I'm paraphrasing because he was much more vulgar than that. He dropped the rope ladder in the window and fixed it so that it would be sturdy enough for someone to climb up on it. Then he proceeded to go outside so that he can climb up and test it out and make sure it's not going to fall or anything like that. And it looks like it's going to work. Mark said unless he's got some big wildebeest climbing up there, it's a go.
220, unless I got some big wildebeest coming up there, it should go.
He's so unhinged. Okay, anyway, now all he has to do is wait for it to get dark so he can call up his shorty and tell her to come through. He said whether she goes through the window or the front door, a female would be up in his room tonight. In the next scene, Analisa is knocking on Mark's door. They don't show if or how Mark got the girls into the house, but it just kind of starts off with Analisa knocking on the door. And Vada is standing there looking stressed out like he knows something is up. And he looks tired too, tired and stressed. Analisa told producers that she woke up in the morning to go to the bathroom and the door was closed. So she's knocking on it and nobody is answering. But then she hears someone in Mark's room. So she yelled out, "Who's in the bathroom?" And you can hear Mark in the background saying, "I don't know." Analisa knocks on the door and she's like, "What's going on in there?" I hear a lady's voice. And Mark says, "Wait, that's just the music." Now, at this point, Analisa is getting more impatient and she's getting more upset and she wants that door open immediately and she's like banging on it. I'm so irritated for her. This is like the worst thing that he could have done. She said to the producers she heard a woman's voice in his room and also in the bathroom. At that moment, she realized that Mark had not one, but he had two women in her house. I would have been livid. I would have been seeing red. Oh my goodness. She went to the kitchen to grab a butter knife or some kind of knife so that she can use it to kind of try to unlock the bathroom door. I thought she was going to cut somebody, and I would have totally understood. Next, Vada goes to the same kitchen drawer and grab a knife as well so he can try to help her get into the bathroom. Now they both are at the door telling Mark to let them in or trying to jimmy their way through the lock. And then Vada goes into Mark's room and tries to open up his door. It's just a lot of chaos going on. Mark finally opens the I think I had it backwards. I think Vada tried to open up the bathroom door and Analisa was at Mark's bedroom door. But anyway, Mark finally opens up his bedroom door and there's a girl standing there in the corner talking about, I'm just going to get my things and go. Analisa told the girl she's not mad at her, but she is disrespecting herself by having some man have her crawl up a ladder into his room so she can lay up with him. And the girl is just sitting there looking stupid as hell talking about, I don't want no problems. Girl, you are on national TV filmed crawling up a rope ladder. Well, we didn't actually see you come up the ladder, so I know you're thankful for that, but we know that you climbed up a rope ladder so that you could lay down with Mark. Oh, and by the way, Mark made you CASHAPP money for that same ladder that you had to crawl up into that window with. Girl, what are you doing? You're down bad with this one. Like, where the heck are your standards, honey? That is your name, right, honey? Anyway, Mark runs to the bathroom and he slams the door, and Analisa runs behind him and bangs on the bathroom door like, let me in. Then they show Vada just standing in the kitchen or in the dining room. He's just standing there and he's looking very defeated and sad. I cannot believe that. Anyway, I have no words for Vada. So let's just move on. Analisa gets the door open, but not all the way. And she can see that there is another woman in the bathroom. And Mark is refusing to let her in. And him and Analisa are just kind of yelling back and forth. And she finally busts through that door and Vada comes right in behind her. And then it goes off. Like, the show goes off like right at that point. So we didn't get to see how the other girl looks or what happens next. And that is a heck of a cliffhanger, A&E. Sheesh. You're going to make us wait. So now I was looking at scenes for the next episode, and you can see that Analisa and Vada are in the bathroom, and Mark is kind of like backed into a corner. And he's like really going off. He's screaming to the top of his lungs. He's talking about watch out or back off. Like, he's really screaming. And it looks like he's trying to protect whoever is in that bathroom. And it looks like he's kind of bucking up on Analisa. I really wish they wouldn't drag this particular scene out like this, but hey, it's TV. They got to do it. But then you see Analisa telling Vada that she feels like Mark has to go. And it shows Vada looking really sad and concerned. And then that's it. It goes off. So, yeah, this one was a really explosive episode. I knew it would be. I didn't think they would drag it out even further, though. So we have to wait until the next episode to see who was in the bathroom and what happens after that. But this was like, it was a lot going on. Like, Mark actually had two girls over there, not one, but two. And what is up with these girls with no self-respect for themselves? Like, they don't care being filmed on national TV doing this kind of stuff. And it's embarrassing, but maybe they don't care. They probably don't care. They probably just wanted their little 15 minutes of fame with Mark. What did you guys think of this episode? Do you think Analisa should allow Mark to have company? I don't think so. I think that if he wants to be doing all that, I think that he needs to go to their house or get a hotel or something like that. But I think he needs to respect their household and not be trying to have sex in the house. Mark is so disrespectful and so rude and so ungrateful. And I just wonder why he has lasted this long. I wonder why Vada, and I'm always wonder this, it seems like he just doesn't take enough action towards stopping Mark from disrespecting the household. He's gotten away with way too much. And just like, tonight we saw, or not tonight, but in this episode, Vada just kind of looks sad and defeated the whole time. He did try to help Analisa get into the bathroom or get into Mark's bedroom, but, I just think it shouldn't have even went this far. I think if Vada would have really put his foot down, and asserted some real authority, Mark probably would have been scared to act all like this. Okay, so let's just get into episode 9 because this is getting really good. So Analisa, she finally gets into that bathroom where she can see Mark standing there, and then there is another girl in there right behind him. Analisa is saying, oh, hell no, you gotta go. And she's trying to get her up out of there. Mark is standing there trying to guard the girl while aggressively yelling at Analisa, telling her to move. He's got veins popping out of his neck and everything. Like, he's really in her face, trying to shove her, and get her out that bathroom. Analisa standing there. She is not intimidated at all. She's like, in fact, she's looking at him like, I know you're not going to put your hands on me. Like, I wish you would. That's how she's looking at him. And Mark is just going off, acting overly crazy and upset. But Vada finally steps in and comes into the bathroom. That must be a big ass bathroom because it's you got Analisa in there, Vada, Mark, and whoever that chick is. They're all in that bathroom. And maybe the cameraman too. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Analisa steps out. Vada comes in and he's telling the girl she needs to leave. Mark is sitting there acting stupid and belligerent, telling Vada to watch out. And he's even getting up in Vada's face. He's trying to square up with Vada now. Vada said to producers when he saw Mark get in Analisa's face, he had to do something. He had to react. He's not going to let anybody come up to her as if they're going to knock her out. He said Mark better watch out because he can get hurt. Back in the bathroom, Mark is still screaming, telling both Analisa and Vada to back off, move, leave the girl alone, etc. Vada finally gets the girl out of the bathroom and she just kind of scurries off with her head covered, trying to hide herself from the camera. And I don't blame her. That's embarrassing. She didn't want the world to see who she is, and I don't blame her. But anyway, Mark says something like, I can't believe y'all are doing all of this. I can't believe y'all are tripping. Is he serious right now? That's how slow he is. He doesn't see what the problem is. Analisa told producers that she can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it either. I knew Mark was a problem, but I didn't know he would do all this. I didn't think he would stoop that low. It's like Mark is out of control at this point. In the aftermath of everything, I guess the girls are kind of out the house or whatever. They disperse. Analisa goes to sit down, and Vada told Mark that he don't play that. He was like, don't be yelling and screaming at my wife. And he said Mark got him effed up. Mark is saying, I can't believe y'all did that, talking about he don't do all this. And he's standing there in his underwear and looks like he's trying to put some pants on and he's about to get up out of there. Yeah, the whole time all this is going on, Mark's standing there in his underwear. Once things started to settle down, I noticed that the one girl, she's still in the house. She's sitting at the dining room table, and it's like, get out of those people's house. Why are you still sitting there? I guess she was just waiting for Mark or whatever, but she should have took her ass outside to wait. You're not welcome in that house. But anyway, all of this is just so disrespectful, and I'm sure it's a little bit traumatizing for Analisa and Vada. They look really, really stressed. Vada mentioned to a producer that Mark is clowning. He should have said Mark is a clown because that's what he is. And Vada said that Mark must think that there's some kind of punks or something. Mark is outside, just kind of pacing and walking back and forth, talking about he has to go. He don't do all that. But you was the main one. You caused all this. You talking about you don't do all that. Well, clearly you do because you caused it. You are the main focus of all this chaos. And, you the one that chose to break the rules. So these are the consequences. The producers got Mark to calm down long enough to ask him, like, what happened? He said last night he had a couple of females over, had a good time, and then he ended up getting caught. He said he feels bad how it escalated. He doesn't like to raise his voice, and he didn't want anyone putting their hands on anyone. Then he starts mumbling something. I don't know what he's saying, but he was like, I can't be here, bro. This is triggering. And his voice is cracking like he's about to cry. And I'm just like, I don't even feel sorry for him. Like, don't do all that, because you were so confident in the last episode talking about some female is going to be in this house and and I'm going to sneak them in and I'm smooth criminal. Like, don't start all that crying now, talking about you triggered. But that's a childish man for you, though. A childish person for you. One of the girls, the one who was in the bedroom, starts to follow him, and she's telling the producer, I got him, or whatever. Like, I wonder if she feels embarrassed. Like, all this, like, on national TV, like, she's getting caught up with all this crap and sneaking into someone's house through a bedroom window just to have a threesome with this guy. Oh, yeah, and she had to cash app him some money so that he can buy that rope ladder.
So you want me to get on that level? I'm gonna have to jump. Try to start up to my beautiful face.
We're gonna have some other options. Can you send me some money on my CASHAPP so I can figure this stuff out?
Okay, got you.
I just think that's hilarious. And the fact that you are a grown ass woman and you are okay with this, that's crazy to me. But anyway, Mark said he regrets everything, but he got triggered because being in that bathroom reminded him of being confined in small spaces and arguing and stuff like that while he was in prison. He said there's like, tight spaces in prison. So, Analisa says she feels disrespected and Mark has violated their home and he has to go. In the next scene, Mark has left and Analisa's daughter, Deaja, comes over. Analisa said that she wishes that she would have listened to her daughter, who had doubts about Mark from the very beginning. Before he even got out, she had her doubts about him. Deaja takes a seat outside on the deck with her mom and Vada, and they fill her in on what's going on. Vada tells her that they are emotionally effed up, and Deaja was like, what happened? Vada lets her know that Mark broke one of the rules by having a strange woman come into the house, and Analisa gives her all the details about what happened. Deaja said that she's not surprised, of course, and that Mark blew every single chance he had. Vada goes on to tell her how Mark got all up in Analisa's face, and Vada said he was one of Mark's biggest supporters, but when he got up in Analisa's face, telling her what he wasn't going to do, he said he can't have that. At that point, they're all discussing Mark and they all decide that he has to go. And Deaja was like, okay, good. Can I put all his ship out? And she said that with the excitement, and she got up and went straight to that room, and I don't blame her. Deaja said that she is very surprised that Vada is saying that Mark has to go. She said he has the biggest heart in that house, so once he loses trust and faith in someone, like, it's a wrap. So all three of them, Analisa, Vada, and Deaja, go into Mark's room and they start bagging up all his belongings. And then Analisa, she spots some Motel 6 cards in like a big old bag of Mary Jane just sitting out in the open on his dresser. Oh, but you know what? It was probably out in the open because he didn't expect all that stuff to go down. He just kind of like left in a hurry. I know he's somewhere sitting there like, damn, I forgot my weed. I bet he is hurt right now. He needs that weed. Anyway, Vada said that there is a Motel 6, and he named like a shady side of town. And he said that's where all the hoes be at. And then Deaja said, oh, he's trying to pimp. Analisa and Vada said to producers that area where the Motel 6 is, and in that particular area, it's full of prostitutes.
So you wasn't driving with me.
Um, and so they pack up all Mark's belongings, including that ladder. And Deaja, she sets everything out on the curb like trash. Everything's in a trash bag. Analisa said that having Mark in the house has been a challenging experience. She said that she doesn't think that Mark is interested in getting any help and he still wants to be in the streets. Producers asked Vada if he can do it all over again, would he have done anything differently? And Vada said he would have left him right there at that prison. And then it goes off. So episode 8 and 9 was pretty explosive. I knew Mark was a disrespectful, ungrateful guy, but I didn't think that he would go this far as to bring not only one, but two strange women up in that house. Like, that's just direct disrespect. And then the way he was acting when he was found out, the way he was just screaming and going off, and it was just the worst. It's like, he just has to go. He should have been gone. And like, I thought the freaking couple, Vada and Analisa, was going to freaking have a heart attack. I bet that's the most excitement they've had in some years dealing with this guy. So what did you guys think about this episode? Wasn't it crazy how Mark just had not only one, but two females up in there? Like, that is so disrespectful. That's wild that he went there. And the girls who agreed to do this, like, what were you thinking? I would never sneak into someone's house. Like, people are crazy. You don't know what you walking into. Like, that's just desperate right there. They just should have got a hotel. I don't even know why that wasn't an option anyway. But you guys get in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this commentary, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, or just come back and check me out. And you guys stay safe out there. And until next time, I'll chat with you later.